Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why I want a new DAW and not need a new DAW, but I just want a new DAW. And also, if you guys want to give me any recommendations when it comes to any new DAWs, then I'm open to any. Just say them in the comments below because, yeah, I'm just searching for a new DAW. Problem is, most of them are around like 300-ish dollars, at least the ones that I am seeking out, which is fine. I mean, I can pay for it, but I don't know if I actually need one, yet. But I am thinking about I want one. I probably want one in the future. So yeah, I probably don't need it right now, like right this second, because I can use a GarageBand, technically, and I probably will use that more. But the DAW that I'm just using right now, which is called Waveform, it's not that great. It's by Traction, and I have like the OEM version, which isn't like the Pro version or anything, but I'm not getting the Pro version because even the OEM version, which is already a step up from the free version, kind of sucks ass. Not only does it just crash a lot, and also when I just try to play back even like not that complex like projects, it still like struggles to play them even on my Mac. Hell, even on my really beefy PC back at home, it still struggles to play some stuff, which is just baffling. It is probably just the software in that case, because again, my Mac and my PC should both easily run a DAW, even if it does have a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, as I said, Traction's waveform. Whenever I try to play stuff back, sometimes it will just freeze. It will pause for like a second and then go and then play back. It's just choppy. It just doesn't sound all that well optimized. So yeah, and you probably have noticed this if you watched any of my streams as well. It just does that sometimes. But I've noticed it a lot more, especially with like some of the 10-minute tracks that I've started to make. Yeah, it really chugs and it really starts to break up in terms of the audio. It just doesn't really run all that well. And again, I don't think it's because of my Mac, because I have an M3 Pro chip in this thing, and I spent a lot of money on it. I think it is just the software and it not being all that well optimized. But another thing is just I don't think I am really I'm just kind of bound creativity wise. I'm just not. I'm just the DAW doesn't really allow my creativity to really flow in my eyes because there aren't a lot of plugins that are included. There are a good amount of effects, I will say, but I'm talking about like other plugins like synth plugins, guitar amp plugins, any other actual standalone plugins beside effects. Yeah, there's barely any. There's like I think one synth plugin that's included and maybe one or two other sampler plugins, and that's it. That is like it is super bare bones. There's barely anything to it. And while I do like that it's simple and easy to use, I do think it is. I do think there is such a thing as being too simple. Because I do think it is a little too simple. I like when a DAW kind of wants me to experiment and like I don't know, it just feels like the workflow is pointing to that direction. Here on Waveform, it just feels like again, I'm just kind of creatively. I don't think that's a word, but I'm just limited creativity wise. Is just what I'm trying to say. And yeah, that's why again I am thinking about getting a new DAW. Again, I don't think I need one now, like absolutely, it's a necessity. But I'm just thinking about wanting one. So yeah, again, if you guys want to give any recommendations, then go ahead. Again, I know there's no best DAW out there. It's just the one that suits you the most and just doesn't hinder your creativity at all and just feels nice to use for you personally. But again, I just want one that will just open up my creativity a little bit more. And also, I've been looking into this as well, just like other DAWs like Ableton, PreSonus Studio One, and FL Studio. It looks like FL Studio, even though the plugins are very, very good from what I've heard. I don't think it's really going to be a good fit for me because, as I said before as well, just some plugins I think are better suited for specific genres of music, and I think FL Studio is best for like loop-based styles of music like rap music and electronic music rather than rock music, because I have seen that the recording process is a little bit tedious, just to set up and all that. But I've seen that Ableton is pretty good, and I've used Ableton Live Lite, like the light version that comes with like basically any fucking audio interface ever. And I've used that and I liked it. So yeah, I might just get Ableton Live. Who knows? I do have like a kind of discounted price because it's just an upgrade from the, as I said, the Live Lite version that I already have. But I've also been thinking about getting pre-Stoned to Studio One because I've heard that is also pretty good for rock music, and I don't know, man. Again, this is why I am wanting some recommendations. As I said, I mainly make rock music. I do some hybrid of electronic sometimes, but I mainly make rock music, especially recently. I've mainly just kind of limited my electronic usage because I feel like my electronic music usage, especially because I only have a MIDI controller right now, is not all that great. I will say that part of the creativity process for me is also hindered by me personally and not my DAW, because I can't just blame everything on my DAW. It is also myself and also me being just lazy and not having the effort in me to change presets at all, especially in like synth plugins. Like I just kind of choose a preset and run with it. I don't really tweak it at all, which I need to. I do on my synth back at home, like a fully analog synth, but when I'm talking about like digital plugins, and yeah, I don't really change the synth presets that I could just go with, and I need to do that a lot more. Again, I just need to be more creative in general, but also again, I do think that my DAW is kind of limiting me and hindering my creativity a little bit. So that's why I want a new DAW. So that's basically it. Again, I know I repeated myself a whole lot in this video and kept saying again as well, but it's just because I'm just trying to drive the point home that, I don't think this DAW suits me all that well. But that's basically it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.